Hello, Aggies, and welcome to this week's edition of Aggie News. Today, we will give you an inside look at some really important campus events,
the forecast for this coming week,
as well as recaps for some of your favorite sports. Stay tuned. I'm Kayla Hare.
And I'm Deja Garner. This week, I took a look into the story of a 14-day prison escapee who climbed a prison wall. Here is what I found.
A murderer and illegal immigrant who escaped prison for 14 days has been captured. On August 31st, 34-year-old Danilo Cavalcante climbed the Chester County prison wall in Pennsylvania. Cavalcante is facing a murder charge in Brazil, but recently fatally killed his girlfriend in Pennsylvania by stabbing her over 30 times in 2021. Cavalcante has been sentenced to life in prison, and his former roommate, Frank O., has more to say.
I had no idea he could do something like this. He said he was someone super shy, really quiet. He would drink his beers on the weekend, make barbecue.
The fugitive was said to be driving a stolen white van and on a home security camera, changing his whole physical appearance. Cavalcante was also spotted breaking into residents' homes for food and stealing weapons such as a .22 caliber rifle. The long search impacted many districts as school closures were implemented. Households were told to lock all doors and roads were blocked off. Cavalcante has been taken into custody Wednesday morning in a maximum security prison in Montgomery County. Many residents have said the nightmare is finally over.
Our nightmare is finally over and the good guys won. We owe a debt of gratitude to all of the first responders for their tireless and dedicated efforts in bringing this fugitive to justice.
Deja Garner reporting in Greensboro, Aggie News.
Chester County, Pennsylvania found safety just as the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill Police gave the all clear after a man with a gun was seen on campus. Just a few weeks ago, a shooting on the UNC campus left a professor dead. UNC police issued an emergency notification Wednesday afternoon about an armed or dangerous person. University police advise all students, faculty, and staff to shelter in place and follow protocol to go indoors immediately, close windows and doors, and stay there until further notice. Officers were on the lookout for a suspect involved in an incident at a bagel shop at the school student union. No shots were fired. Police did not give a description of the man, but he was escorted off the campus.
Safety is a big topic this week as students in the Alamance-Burlington school system returned to school earlier this week. Students are just getting back into the schoolhouse as the remediation process for many of the schools have been complete.
Students of K through 12 grade levels were able to add 2 weeks to the end of their summer after finding out that their school was infested with toxic mold. The parents of returning students have said to be hesitant in allowing their kids to return because they don't know what else may be lurking.
Wishing the best for this school's year as students get back into the swing of things.
From future construction to new degrees to new development, America's leading HBCU continues year after year to break records and barriers. Here at North Carolina A&T, Chancellor Harold L. Martin commenced a press forum for a back-to-school media avail.
Today, on the first day of classes, Chancellor Harold L. Martin Sr. held a media day giving input on the school's current academic progression as a top-flight research university, current academic programs in the making, and upcoming renovation projects. Martin was proud to announce the university's highest, newest record-breaking enrollment numbers, and he expects this trend to continue as the years move forward.
There's a lot to be excited about. This year, we will see many exciting things occurring. We expect to see another record number of students graduating from our university. Corporate entities descending upon our institution recruiting our graduates for internships and corporate positions all over America in significant numbers.
Martin was proud to acknowledge A&T's development as a top-flight doctoral and research university.
So for us, the opportunities are immense. We have to continue to be smart about our growth, managing our growth, and quite candidly managing the change of our university.
With the highest level of Aggie pride that one would hope for, Martin noted that strong research programs improve the student experience by involving students in scientific studies and learning from respected researchers in the classroom.
Seeing our university be a key part of a very aggressive strategy to change the narrative and the economic posture of this state is a significant role and responsibility for us. This is very exciting for me personally, for our candidate.
Kayla Collier, Aggie News.
Today, Vice President Kamala Harris will be visiting A&T's campus. This will be her second stop on her Fight for Our Freedoms college tour. During her time here, she will speak to students and staff about the importance of reproductive freedom and gun safety, climate action, voting rights, LGBTQ+, equality, and book bans. The VPs will shut down certain parking lots and streets on campus. Tune in next to see what the impact and results of her visit.
The Blue and Gold Marching Machine will be performing at the 2024 Destination Rose Parade on New Year's Day in Pasadena, California. This New Year's tradition consists of decorated floats, performers, and bands. Aggies, the BGMM needs your help. You can show your support with donations by texting BGMM to 41444 or by visiting www.ncat.edu/give and selecting University Marching Band. Coming up after this short break is what this coming week's weather will look like.
Also, stay tuned for a look into the first feature of our entertainment section.
We have it all. Food, culture, business, the most unique people on the planet.
Diverse neighborhoods
have diverse needs.
What happens here
is just as vital as what happens here. That's why we live in the communities we serve.
Reporting for the communities we serve.
So when big things happen,
you get the answers you need now.
We know this because we live here too.
Welcome back from the break. I am meteorologist Grant Coleman here on Aggie News out of the NCAT Weather Center, giving you a look at your forecast for the weekend and what we can expect going into next week. Now, we did have that crazy weather on Tuesday, but that was because of a cold front that moved through, which ended up giving us some pretty fall-like temperatures for this week, which I'm excited about. I know everyone is tired of the heat, and luckily we won't see any heat like that for a while. 74 today, right now, around noon or so, and 76 is going to be the high, so really much cooler than what we've seen over the past week or so. Now, like I said, fall-like temperatures for the next week, and Friday, Saturday, both around the upper 70s, lower 80s. Sunday, we have a chance for showers. Temperatures remaining about 79 or so. Monday and Tuesday be very similar days with partly cloudy conditions and temperatures being in the lower 80s. Now, Saturday is perfect timing for great weather because we have another football game. We will be playing Elon at 6 p.m. On Saturday, and Ashton Griffith will have more on that.
Welcome to this week's edition of Aggie News. I'm your anchor this week, Ashton Griffith. Thanks, Dana, for giving us what we should expect as we look at outdoor activities this weekend. This weekend on Saturday, September 16th, the Aggie men's football team will play at Elon University at 6 p.m. The Aggies hope to recover after running a 0-2 streak this season. Whether you will be traveling to the game or simply passing by a football player, let's continue to encourage them and show what true Aggie pride is all about. The annual Aggie Eagle Classic took place this past Saturday as North Carolina A&T lost their second game of the season to North Carolina Central University. The Aggies finished the game with a struggling performance as starting quarterback Eli Brickhandler was benched after the first two drives of the game. As the Eagles started off with an 11-point lead, North Carolina A&T responded with an 85-yard kickoff by wide receiver Tamone Cook. Running back Wesley Graves would score A&T's last touchdown of the night with a 47-yard run. For the Aggies, ultimately lost the game to the Eagles 30-16. Here's A&T head coach Vincent Brown on his team's performance following this week's matchup.
We did not execute the way we planned. Defensively, we didn't do what we needed to do to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Offensively, we did not get our passing game going like we planned to. And we know that there's a lot of room for improvement in all three phases. Probably the more disappointing part was the penalties that we had defensively. 3 personal foul penalties. We do not play that way. We do not play that way. We're not going to beat ourselves.
The Aggies look to redeem themselves against Elon University as both teams look for their first win of the 2023 season. This past week, the NFL kicked off week 1 of its regular season as the defending Super Bowl champions Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs were upset by the Detroit Lions, with wide receiver Kadarius Toney dropping 3 crucial drops as the Lions prevailed 21-20. North Carolina's local NFL team lost their season opener as number 1 overall pick Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers fell short to the Atlanta Falcons. Week 1 concluded with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills losing to the New York Jets on Monday Night Football in overtime. Even though the Jets won, starting quarterback Aaron Rodgers suffered an Achilles injury that would end his season only 4 drives after it started. 19-year-old Coco Gauff won her first major title at the U.S. Open this past Saturday, September 9th, against Ariana Sabalenka.
19-year-old Coco Gauff won her first major title at the U.S. Open this past Saturday, September 9th, against Aryna Sabalenka. Gauff became the youngest American to win the U.S. Open since Serena Williams in 1999, and the first American player to win a major title since 2020, when Sophia Kenin won the Australian Open. Gauff was the tournament's 6th seed, and on her way to the final, she had to beat 2 Grand Slam champions and 2023 French Open runner-up Karolina Muchova. The now 19-year-old burst onto the scene as she reached the 4th round as a 15-year-old qualifier in the 2019 at Wimbledon. She learned from this experience and used it as fuel to the fire. Before winning her first major title, she won 5 Women's Tennis Association titles and reached last year's French Open final. This year, she was able to get over the hump and embrace the victory.
Hello and welcome to this week's entertainment section. I'm Elena White, your entertainment anchor for today. Co-star of famous TV show Baddies West, Krishan Rock, gave birth to her first child on September 9th, 2023 by the rapper Blueface Baby. The rapper and reality star gave birth in her hometown, Baltimore, Maryland. Although Rock decided not to invite Blueface to the birthing, she was surrounded by loved ones and she live-streamed her birth on Instagram Live for the world to tune in. Rock gave birth to a baby boy and named him after himself, Krishan Jesus Malone. From the controversial artist to another, Doja Cat is hitting streaming platforms and the charts with a single that is turning heads. Doja is always in her music bag. She recently dropped her single Demon September 1st, and her fans aren't really digging it. She dropped her music video for it, which consisted of her climbing on walls, scaring kids, and dressed as an actual demon. Demon can be found on all streaming platforms. This is just a piece of her upcoming album, Scarlet. Doja Cat also performed this new single on the Video Music Awards on September 12th. We all know what hip-hop does to us. Our own vice president was getting down in her backyard as she hosted the hip-hop 50th anniversary celebration. Here is Haley Pender with more.
This past Saturday, Vice President Kamala Harris hosted a 50th anniversary celebration of hip-hop in the backyard of her D.C. home. The celebration consisted of more than 400 guests, including many celebrity performances such as MC Lyte, Common, Jeezy, Fat Joe and Remy Ma, and even a rave performance of Mrs. Officer by Lil Wayne. The performances were in collaboration with the Recording Academy's Black Music Collective and Live Nation Urban, all in the name of giving a hip-hop experience of a lifetime. Harris herself was spotted amongst guests dancing and enjoying the environment, which sparked a lot of attention from social media. Harris preached about the Biden administration's commitment to the arts and her own appreciation for the urban genre by stating this:
"It has always channeled the voices of the people. It tells the stories that don't make the news. But as the great Chuck D once said, that's right, rap is Black America's CNN."
It is safe to say that the popularity of hip-hop is not subsiding anytime soon.
Thanks for joining us for this week's edition of Aggie News. I am Deja Garner.
And I'm Kayla Hare. Tune in for more next week. Aggie Pride.